Football View, the beautiful game.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Football View. If you're new here, you know what to do. Subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'm here once again with my good friend Milos, and today we'll be reviewing the round one fixtures to talk about the games that surprised us the most and the game that we didn't expect to happen. So talk about that today. Subscribe if you haven't. Subscribe to Milos' channel. The link of his channel will be in the description. So go and subscribe and hit that notification bell. The first game started obviously was the 5-1 victory. Germany versus Scotland. Everyone expected Germany to beat Scotland in that game, but we didn't expect Germany to score 5 against Scotland. What do you think about that game, Milos?
So just before I start, hello to everyone. Thank you again for having me. Hello to our all members and our subscribers, and thank you guys for supporting us. Yeah, the first game was a little bit as a shock because whenever you get a red card, even when you play the leagues, normal games or whatever, it changes the game completely. So then the games kinda always the red card always ruins the game, you know.
Yes,
so it's pretty much not so much fun to watch after that. Only if your team is a home team that with a player up, you know, then it's fun for you because you know you're gonna score goals. But for everyone else, it's boring game. So that's why we had a little bit shock from the first game. But yeah, I mean, for me, it was expected. I just did not expect so fast goals from Germany to go with 2-0 before the red card. So that was a little bit shock for me. Yeah, I did not expect so much open and fast game right away. But Germany, I guess they just wanted to turn right away in fifth gear, you know, to shock the enemy, and they managed to do that. So congrats to them, and it worked very, very fine and good for them.
All right. So that is it about that game. Everyone expected Germany to win. It's just that most people didn't expect the 5-1 victory. Move on to the next game. We have Hungary versus Switzerland. That game was close. It was this close because Hungary played very well, but they couldn't take the chances. It was defensive errors that made them lose that game against Switzerland. They tried their best to push to get the equalizer in the dying moment, but Switzerland got that last goal and scored. What do you think about that game, Milos?
So for that game, Switzerland started very, very good. Hungary was very slow at the beginning and started kind of very shaky. And then in the second half, they improved, but not just as the second half started. A little bit later on, they started maybe to risk more or maybe to do something different. I don't know. But later, when they scored that goal, the gear was shifting, but it did not last long enough. It maybe last for 5-10 minutes, and it was not enough for them to get equalizer. So and at the end of the game, they got punished even further and lost 3-1. So unlucky for them. I think they did not deserve to lose 3-1.
Yeah.
Yes, they did deserve to lose, but not 3-1. So that's pretty much a little bit unlucky for them. But yeah, it is football is it is. So.
All right. We'll move on to the next game. The next game is Spain versus Croatia. Everyone expected Croatia to actually turn up against Spain, even if to score at least one goal, but it didn't happen. And Croatia lost that game. In fact, they lost that game in the first half. That's how we put that game. They lost the game in the first half, and that is an interesting game because Croatia were one of the teams everyone expected to actually, you know, the slight favorites. Some people were predicting Croatia to reach the semifinals, to reach the quarterfinals, or to even reach the knockout stages, but they haven't been playing very well. And that game against Spain showed that they lacked something up front. What did you think about that game, Milos?
Well, for me, that game, I think the only thing that Croatia actually lacked there is a concentration and an efficiency in their chances, because Spain used their chances and Croatia didn't. So simple as it is, whenever you play a big teams, you have to use your chances. It's that simple. Just like in a game Real Madrid Dortmund in the finals, Dortmund had their chances to score, they did not score, they got punished. So something similar happened in Croatia and Spain. And simple as it is. And then after also with the other game, I don't know if you are going to talk about that also with Albania and stuff, and Croatia that they played recently, but something similar happened there also.
All right, all right, all right. I agree with you there. The next one is Italy versus Albania. I remember in the prediction, the last video you talked about how Albania could have actually used the chance very well, but they couldn't. They turned up in the second half towards the end of the game, but they couldn't get to the equalizer against Italy. Did you think that Albania deserved a draw in that game?
Just because of how Italy plays, I do think that Albania deserved the equalizer, but because I don't like teams that fall back when they have a leading 1-0 or 2-1 team. So only because of that, I do think Albania deserved, but overall, Albania did not deserve. They did not had so big chances. They were not crucial. They did not make so many like they were simply not risky enough. You know, they did attack, but it was not enough. They had to do something originally, let's put it that way, and they did not. So yeah, I mean, it was like pretty much expected game, let's say that way. Maybe nobody expected for them to score, but it was like a blitz goal, like 20 seconds blitz goal. So yeah, you cannot predict that. So
okay, okay. Move on to the next game. That game is Poland versus Netherlands. We saw Netherlands scored first. Poland got the equalizer, and 9 minutes, Netherlands got that win. Narrowly got that 2-1 win because everyone was expecting Netherlands to blow away Poland. But we know friendly games form and the competition form is different. Poland played the last two friendly games. They won 4-0, 4-0. This one, they struggled to win. What do you think about that game, Milos?
So about the Poland game, I kinda disrespected Poland in a sense that I thought they were worse, but they were actually very decent in that game against Holland. Or maybe Holland was not so good, I'm not sure. But I saw a lot of cracks in that Holland game. I'm not sure if because of the Holland bad defense or it was a good attacking from the Poland side, because I cannot now remember the game so clearly. But I knew that I remember that Poland really had, and they threatened Holland very much. They could even start to lead that match, but sadly for them, Holland managed to score in some late minutes, 80-something minute, I think. So, anyways, they showed character. So yeah, I have hopes for Poland. Let's put it that way for the future. And yeah, that's how I see. And the Holland, for me, I think they're a decent team. They have some room to improve, but they are not bad also. So they're on some neutral level. I don't know how to
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
rate them.
I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
All right. We move to the next game. Denmark, Slovenia. Slovenia, Denmark. That game, everyone expected Denmark to beat Slovenia. But after scoring that goal, I think Denmark scored first, right? Yeah, Denmark scored.
Yes. Yes.
They scored first, but they couldn't get to the second goal. They flirted, passed the ball, and they couldn't get the second goal. And 10 minutes, I think 77 minutes, Slovenia got the goal and defended very well. After they got the goal, they all fell back, defended very well to get that draw. What did you think of that game? Was it a surprise to you?
The surprising thing of me is not that Slovenia scored, but surprising for me is that after the Slovenia scored, I expected Denmark to have the full concentration to attack to try to get that second goal. But for some reason, the I don't know if it's the confidence, concentration, or whatever, but Slovenia actually had a chance to score and win that game. So that's what surprises me. So I did not expect that. So that is a little bit shaking my confidence in Denmark, because they were my black horse. And now when I saw that game, I did not like them, not even 1%. So I don't know if it was just one game or they're gonna shift something after that. But that game was very poor performance from them and very decent performance from Slovenia. So they took the chances that they had been offered. Yes, you cannot score from every shot on the goal, but they took their chances and they played courageously, and that gave them the draw. So congrats to Slovenia, and I have big hopes for them, really. And for Denmark, I really don't know what to say about them for the future.
All right, I felt after Slovenia scored the equalizer, so Slovenia had the opportunity to actually score. For the fact that Denmark saw that Slovenia are actually not defending, they said, okay, let's be cautious because we might take this draw. If Slovenia scores right now, we are losing this game. So we have to be cautious. If we get a draw, no problem. If we get a win, no problem. So that is why they didn't push hard enough. I feel if it was a bigger team like France, Netherlands, those ones, they have something to lose. They would have actually attacked full force. But I think Netherlands were scared that they would concede late to lose the game. That is why they didn't push ahead to get that win in that game.
Maybe
Next one
maybe
we have
Maybe Denmark even underestimated us a little bit, Slovenia. Maybe that is also
probably.
the
The next game we have right here is Serbia, England. That game ended in a 1-0 victory for England. I thought the first half, England could have actually scored more than one. They could have used the chances, getting 2 goals. Maybe if they get the 2 goals, they relax second half, no problem. But it was 1 goal. It made their fans very, very nervous. Everyone in England was like, oh, how are you setting up a team that you can't see Harry Kane? Harry Kane touched the ball only 2 times in the first half. That tells you that the style of the coach doesn't involve Harry Kane, which means Harry Kane will be outside. If Harry Kane is not in the team, they can still play that same way. Harry Kane changes nothing in the team. Harry Kane is there for penalty kicks and all that. The way Southgate has actually set up England, they can play without Harry Kane. I'm 100% sure because the style of play. Yes, that's the style of play is a play that doesn't involve Harry Kane. So that is why I feel that Serbia should have actually gone for it. They respected England a lot. And you know, England, when they face teams that are very, very difficult to play with, especially teams with star players that can pop up and score goals, England are very cautious. But me, I feel England got the win, but it was a disappointing game for me because I expected more. I expected at least 3 goals in that game, but the game ended in a 1-0 victory. So it was disappointing for everyone. What do you think about the game?
Yeah, I agree totally. I think literally the whole world, like 95% of the world, expected a lot of goals, open game, and stuff like that. Maybe not in like first 15 minutes or something like that, but as the game progressed, I think everyone expected that. The thing that disappointed me, I'm gonna use something of unpopular opinion again and make some observation with the England coach and Real Madrid and Ancelotti coach.
Okay.
Where I don't like, I know, yeah, of course, Real Madrid won the title and everything, but I don't like when you have so much attacking team, so much potential in the attack team, and you stay back and defend with that team. That's pretty much what Ancelotti is doing to Real Madrid. Yes, they worked for them, but I think it was just because the Real Madrid players are so good and so connected between each other. So just because of that. But when you have attacking players, you have to use their potential because sometimes somewhere some team gonna exploit that because you're not attacking, you're staying back. Your team is not made for a defense. It was made for attack, and you're gonna concede. Then maybe some pressure gonna come in your head. You need to score. Then you make some silly mistakes. You're gonna concede again, and game over. You know, I watched so many games finish like that. And I think that's why I wanted to use the Ancelotti and the England team as a parallel, because I see something similar in both of these stuff.
Yeah,
maybe a lot of
I know the connections you're trying to make.
Yeah. Maybe some people will now shout at me, "Yo, Ancelotti is good. What you're talking about?" I'm not saying he's bad, but you need to use your team for attack. This team is not like a Milan team for Ancelotti, where you have Gattuso, Pirlo, and that players that are good for that tactic, you know. But these players that you have from Real Madrid are attacking players. If Klopp, trust me, if Klopp or Guardiola was in that Real Madrid team, trust me, they would destroy every single team like with 3 or 4 goals advantage, 100%, 100%. But I don't want to talk about that now. We are talking about national Euros here. I just jumped to some more stuff.
I understand.
So let's go. Yeah, let's go back now to our team.
All right. So the next game here is Romania versus Ukraine. To me, this is the most surprising result because no one expected Romania to beat Ukraine 3-0. If it was 1-0, okay, it's possible. But 3-0, no one, if you ask everyone that follows football, if you ask 90% of them, in fact, 100% of them to tell you, or you ask them, do you think Romania will beat Ukraine 3-0? If you ask them, most of them will tell you, nah, it's not possible. Maybe 1-0, 3-0, no. So that is why that game is our most shocking. That's my own most shocking result so far in the Euros. Do you have the same thoughts?
Well, for me, the most shocking was a Belgium one, not that one, but it was of course the shock, the 3-0 win, because as I said, with my prediction of a draw, I sensed that Romania could win, but not with 3-0. But yeah, that's when you score, when the team probably was in shock. That's what I was saying. Water comes in your ear. You go attack, one counter attack, you concede again, and the game changes totally. Your confidence drops a lot down. Then you are trying some risky big stuff to go on attack. It don't work. They score again. So that's very hard mentally to recover. So it was very, very, very hard for Ukraine. Romania showed solidness. So I'm really, really somehow impressed on Romania performance, and I'm a little bit scared for Belgium for the next game that we're gonna have between them. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun one to watch and to predict.
All right. Then since we're talking about the Belgium game, let's move to that Belgium game. Belgium lost to Slovakia. That game ended in a 1-0. You say it was shocked. Me, I wasn't shocked that Slovakia actually scored. I was shocked at the fact that Belgium didn't know how to score. Like, you know how you play with your team, you defend, you get the ball, you move to the midfield, from the midfield you go to the wings, to the attack, and then you cross the ball and you score. It's as if they didn't know how to build up to score goals. They get the ball, they shoot it, it goes to the corner, it goes to the throw-in, it goes to goal kick. They were just releasing balls anyhow, and they were misplacing a lot of passes. So it was surprising to see a team like Belgium that has so many attackers, so many talented midfielders. You can't be playing like that. So I was surprised. I think if you say the results shocked you, I think the result didn't wasn't something that actually shocked me. It wasn't the result. It was the way Belgium played. If you tell me, okay, Slovakia played very well and they got that win because they defended well, no problem. But the way Belgium played was the thing that shocked me. I couldn't believe my eyes. I was like, how is this possible? How is Belgium playing like this? Belgium that people are saying, okay, they are one of the title favorites, one of the dark horses. They are the top 3 ranked team on FIFA top nations in the world. So that is what shocked me. I didn't expect Belgium to play like that. At a point, Milos, I wanted to ask you, did you believe that, like, the way the game played, towards the end of the game, did you believe that Belgium were going to score at least 1 goal?
No. From the so how the game began. Belgium was very, they had in first 10 minutes very 100% chances. So in the first 10 minutes they went hard on Slovakia, and I thought, oh my God, this Belgium gonna destroy them. That was my first thoughts.
Wow.
How the game started. But that was a curse of Lukaku, just like Kane curse for the trophies, the Lukaku curse from the not scoring goals for his representation. So he had at least 2 or 3 clear 100% chances.
Yes.
He did not score them. And of course, one silly mistake in the back end up with a goal for the different side. And I thought for myself, when at that point I was like, Belgium don't care, they will score 4. I was really convinced Belgium gonna do that. And as the game progressed and as they got some more 100% chances and they did not use them, I started to feel, oh my God, if players play for more 90 minutes, they will not score a goal. I started to get a feeling they will not score if they have another 90 minutes in that game. Belgium would not score. That's how the energy worked for me in that. But good for Belgium is at least that happened in the game that is the most unimportant, let's say that way, because they can win the next 2 or get 1 draw and a win, and 4 points I think is enough to progress. It was the best timing to have a bad performance and bad luck. The first game is the best to do that. So that's the good side for them. So Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So we move on to the next game, Austria versus France. This one I don't have much to say. I just felt that Austria could have gotten more from that game. France were a good team. They had several chances. Mbappe had a one-on-one chance and missed it. But I felt the way, the performance, the energy, and the coordination Austria put in that game, they deserved something from that game. That is why I think Austria deserves something. Even a draw, they deserve because they worked very hard. What do you think about the game?
Yeah, just like as we talked in the prediction, I sensed that Austria is a very solid team, and that's why I even said draw at halftime and full time France. It did not happen because France got that goal in the
Oh,
first
yeah,
half,
yeah.
but they won 1-0. Yeah, and I said I think 1-0. So actually the goal happened in first half, but I sensed that France gonna barely win with one goal. And that exactly happened because I really expected Austria to be a solid team. So yeah, the goal was very unlucky, of course, and of course Mbappe should have scored that. That I think if you give Mbappe 10 more times to score from that position, he will score 9 out of the 10 times.
Yeah.
And that one time he gonna miss, and that exactly happened in that game. So again, very unlucky for him because
Yeah, it
Mbappe
was
at the
very
moment
unlucky.
is 100% the best player in the world. Mbappe at the moment, 100% the best player in the world. So yeah.
Okay, okay. All right, I will talk about yesterday's game, Turkey versus Georgia. Now, what struck me about that game was how Georgia scored. When Georgia scored, no one believed they could score. They scored, everyone cheered. They scored their first goal in a competitive tournament for the first time ever. Then Adagola scored that wonderful goal. That's wonderful goal, one of the goals of the best goals in the round one. I felt Turkey, they played very well. I just wish they played better. They can be better, but if they don't improve with that performance they put out against Georgia, they're going to struggle to go far in the tournament. I feel that the performance was okay, the 3-1 was okay, but they need to do more because we saw some chances. Georgia had several chances to score, but they missed. They just have to be compact in the defense and they can go far. But it was an enjoyable game. I feel the results was okay. 3-1. I think we predicted 3-1 in that game because it was
I said 2-1.
You said 2-1.
I said 2-1.
Okay, okay. I think I said, did I say 2-0 or 3-1? I can't remember. But I think it was
I think you said 3-1. I think
yeah,
even you predicted the right
yeah.
score. I'm not sure, but I think so.
Yeah, I think it was expected results because most people didn't expect Georgia to score because they barely scored goals, but they had a very good qualifiers and I think they deserve that one goal. So what do you think about that game?
So for that game, I right away knew that Turkey has a very big potential, and I knew that they are far from their best, that they have a lot of room to improve, and that game clearly showed exactly that. Those 2 goals that they scored was, oh my God, both of them. I don't know which is more beautiful, but both of those 2 goals were just fantastic.
Quality goal.
It's just the Guler goal and the volley one, just unbelievable. So the thing that the Turkey has to work is they literally have to work in every department a little bit, in attacking, in defense, in literally everything. But at least now they are getting some result. So that is a good boost for the confidence, and especially since they won with the 2 goals, because that third goal was a very lucky one. Goalkeeper went out. And they scored. They destroyed my prediction on the site, which was very disappointed for me. But yeah, it is what it is. I was a little bit angry for that, but yeah, it happens. So, but yeah, the game literally went how I did expected. I knew that Georgia are gonna have some chances. I just didn't know if Turkey gonna manage to defend those chances. And luckily for them, they managed to defend that, because that game could easily ended 2-2,
Yes,
because they handed at the end some the chances. So yeah, it was very fun game. Maybe one of the nicest games in these Euros so far.
Okay, okay. The last game in round one was Portugal versus Czech Republic. Now, this game was weird.
2-1, 2-1,
Yeah, 2-1.
not 1-1.
Portugal beat Czech Republic 2-1. The game was weird because Czech Republic, they played so well. Their defending was too good. And so far, when the game started, I felt that, oh, so far against Rafael Leao is going to be very difficult. And so far played very well. Played very well and made Leao confused. Leao would try this, it doesn't work. He tried this, it doesn't work. Leao was so frustrated and out of options until they got that equalizer in the second half. That was after Leao was off. They got the equalizer. After they got that equalizer, I told myself, I said, nah, Portugal will win. I know that no matter what, I knew that Portugal was going to win. The thing is that I was saying if Portugal got that equalizer, they were going to score the winner. So when the goal came, I wasn't surprised. Or like I told you, I said it. The game will end up in a win for Portugal once they get that equalizer. And once they got it, straight win. What do you think about the game? It was a very interesting game.
Yeah, well, I know a lot of my friends, or most of my friends, they were like so confident in a 3-0 win with Portugal, like 4-1, 4-0, something like that. And I even said,
wow,
I don't know if I said in this prediction here, but I think I said 2-1 also. And I was really convinced, and I knew that it's not going to be easy for Portugal. Yes, Portugal have dominated the whole match, but it's kind of funny for me because all of these smaller teams.
I think in your prediction you said they said the game is going to end narrowly because Portugal are good, but Czech Republic will defend very well. That's what you said in your prediction. You said it's going to be a very slim win. You predicted a win for Portugal.
Yeah, very slim win. Yeah, with one goal.
Yeah, that's what you said. Yeah, you said you wouldn't be surprised if Portugal win 1-0 or if Portugal win with a slender win. I think that's what you said. I remember. That's what you said.
Something like that. Yeah. So how the game? It's funny for me how these smaller teams. So Albania that played against Italy, the Czech that played against Portugal, the Slovakia that played against Belgium. These teams only need 1 or 2 chances to score. It's unbelievable. These bigger teams they need 10 chances to score 2 goals, maybe, or 2 or 1 goals. These smaller teams get 1 or 2 chances in the whole 90 minutes, and they score they score a goal. So it's unbelievable for me. I was like, how are they so efficient? That's like unbelievable for me, really. So I'm really impressed with how much the efficiency the smaller teams have more than the bigger teams. They're really using their chances that they are getting.
Yeah, I think you're right because they know that they won't have a lot of chances, and if they do, they have to get it. That is why the coach pick players that can actually finish chances in the game. If you're playing against a team like France, you have 1 chance, you have to score. That's if you're going to defend.
Yeah.
So and that is what most teams do. So I'm not surprised, but I feel it's just funny how a big team will have 5 chances, he won't score. A small team will just have 1 and they will score. It's actually incredible. It's actually incredible. So that is the end of the predictions. I just checked the results right now. Germany are winning 2-0. I can't believe it. Germany just scored a second.
It's 2-0.
2-0 right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so Germany are winning 2-0. So I think that's where we'll stop today. We'll come back for the review of the round 2. So thank you guys for watching, and thanks to Milos for joining. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Subscribe to the channel. Also subscribe to Milos' channel. I'll put a link for you guys to go and watch. Thank you guys for watching, and till next time, guys. Goodbye. Subscribe.